kids were issued a challenge by us leaders after the tornado that came through on Father's Day. And a huge part of scouting is community service and helping others. So we issued a challenge to our scouts to do something to help out people who've been affected by the storm. We came up with this great project with the help of Mayor Cunningham, sharing that there was a specific need, and we found a way to achieve that help, and that is with a donation to go towards some staples to be included in a food truck for people who've been displaced and people who, don't have everything that they had before June 20th. So rather than just having our scouts ask people for money and use the puppy dog eyes, we had them do service projects, and everyone had their choice of however they wanted to handle it. But essentially looking at it as doing small things to fill small needs in order to earn money to put towards a larger goal and fill a much larger need. So we've got a number of scouts that took on extra chores at home, yard work. A lot of cars were detailed, and I think we even had a couple of junior bricklayers in our group. So everyone did a tremendous job, jumped all over the project, and kids were so excited to do something to help out people in need. And because of their efforts, we are very happy to present a check for $500 on behalf of PAC 503.
So yes, we would love to hear from Ellie and Cody. But also I want to invite the scouts up. And I know one of the scouts has offered to speak this evening, and we're going to offer it to everyone. But why don't the scouts please come on up?
David Garcia,
yes,
one of our scouts who did some hard work here.
But the rest of the scouts can come on around. We want to get you right up around David. And wonderful. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting us here. We basically, how we raised money was doing chores around the house. For example, raking leaves, cleaning the dishwasher, taking out the trash, simple things. And thank you for inviting us here. And thank you for being the mayor of Woodridge.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Great job. So I wanted to ask if I could, I'm sorry. Did this mean so much to you to be able to do this and be here tonight? It means so much to everyone. I cannot tell you how much it means to all of us and the pantry and all the families that we will be helping this weekend. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, but I did share with you that we do have what we call Neighbors Helping Neighbors in Woodridge. We do have a give this weekend where a food truck from the Northern Illinois Food Bank, and in addition to the food bank truck, the West Suburban Community Pantry is bringing eggs, milk, bread, I'm trying to think what else, enough for over 125, 150 families. So it is incredible. Your good works are doing more good works in Woodridge. So thank you so much for helping our neighbors, and please know how much it means to all of us. Thank you again very much, and we appreciate it. I want to give you another round of applause. Thank you. Justin, did you want to?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. There were just a couple of other scouts that wanted to share a little bit about what they did,
please.
if that's all right.
Absolutely.
All right, this is Aaron Allen.
Hi, Aaron.
What I did was, so me and my mom we sold some of our old costumes and my sisters, because we don't really use those anymore. And so we sold them and we got some money for the troop, and yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And then we also have Kristen Lowe.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Hello. What I did to get money was I did lawn work, and I help my parents out with raking leaves.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That's great. Thank you. I wish you could see all of us smiling beneath our masks. So,
And I think we had just one more here, Kyle Boucher Hayes.
okay. Hi, Kyle. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here along with everyone.
Thank you for having us here. So one job that I did over the weekend, me and my little sister Faye here, we washed both cars of our house, and we did more than just washing them. We did a lot of polishing, and we earned a couple of bucks from that.
Wow. I hope you didn't hurt your arm doing that.
Nope.
Okay, good.
Unrelated.
Thank you. That's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you all again
Oh,
for the
thank
opportunity
you.
to come here tonight.
No, thank
This is
you.
great, and
Let's
we
hear
love
from the
seeing the
pantry.
kids get some recognition for all their hard work.
You know what? And thank you. And I know some of the scouts also helped with some yard cleanup work that we did earlier in the early part of fall. So thank you so much for doing that. I know the family whose home, actually homes, 2 homes that you helped with were just enormously thankful and so grateful. Really, really appreciate that. And Justin, should I say that your parents are here with us this evening?
Sure.
who, did you grow up in Woodridge?
Yes, I did. So all of this, everything with the tornado, hitting through Woodridge, hit home for me literally and figuratively, because my parents' house, the house I grew up in, was one of the 150 plus hit by the storm. And seeing everybody working so hard together, in the day after and the days after that, really kind of inspired us that, hey, this is a great, hopefully once in a lifetime opportunity for our scouts to really step up and do something meaningful here.
Well, thank you. And thank you to all of the other leaders that are here this evening. Your leadership and stewardship is incredible. We're so proud and honored to have all the scouts here and their families. Please know how much it means. And let's hear from Ellie and Cody from the pantry, because what a wonderful way to say thank you for giving and your continued support and give to our neighbors throughout Woodridge as well.
Oh, yes. Thank you for having us. We're really grateful to be here. And thank you so much for all of your hard work. That is a lot of effort and a lot of time that you put in to help our community. And that means so much. Thank you. You guys did a great job. We are just really, really grateful to be a resource for the community and to have great connections where we can really be able to reach those who are in need and make sure that the resources that we have are being used and are able to keep people, get them out of where they are and back to what they're used to being in a stable environment. So thank you so much again for this. Your gift is helping provide so much goodness and comfort to the families of Woodridge. So thank you all. Thanks for inviting us.
Very much. You know what? I have to stand up and say thank you very much from all of us and our entire community of Woodridge for just being outstanding. And your kindness is absolutely contagious, and the goodness, and just know how much of a difference you made. And that's so exciting to be able to share. And we thank you for being here. And for all the other scouts that are not able to be here, please share with them that we're sorry they weren't able to be here, but they're right here in our hearts, just as you are. Okay? Thank you again. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And thanks to all the families and thank you. We'll pause for just a moment. So this is, again, Cub Scout Pack 503 from Prairie Elementary in Naperville. And they are 5 and 6-year-olds in the pack. So some of them told me they had to go home and finish their homework. So Again, what a great way to start off our meeting this evening. So now we are going to go ahead and move on, and we will pause to acknowledge any written public comments that have been received prior to the meeting that do not relate to tonight's agenda. If so, we'll enter those into the record, please. Administrator Stonich?
Thank you, Mayor. We have not received any prior written comments.
Thank you. Are there any members of the public who have joined us, whether in person or remotely via Zoom, wishing to comment on items not related to tonight's agenda?
There are not.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, related to our agenda this evening, we will now provide members of the public an opportunity to provide their comments on any items that do appear on this evening's agenda. If so, please proceed to the podium. Okay, seeing no one. We were going to go ahead and move right along to any written public comments that have been received prior to the meeting and to enter those into the public record, if so.
Mayor, we have not received any.
Okay, thank you very much. Anyone on Zoom or wishing?
Mayor, there are
Okay,
not.
all right, thank you. So we are going to ask now for a motion to approve items A through D and an acceptance, of item E. Going to ask please for a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, trustee Page, and a second.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Blair. Is there a request for any item to be considered separately this evening? Okay, seeing no one, I'm going to ask our administrator if he would please read the items that appear on our omnibus agenda this evening.
Thank you, Mayor Cunningham. Members of the board, good evening. Item A, ordinance 2021-34. It's an ordinance granting a minor amendment to a planned unit development. This is in reference to 2333 63rd Street, and this is the Target store and installation of electronic vehicle chargers. Item B is ordinance 2021-35, an ordinance granting a minor amendment to a planned unit development in reference to 2333 63rd Street, also the Target, and this is in reference to the facade replacement. Item C, resolution 2021-109, a resolution authorizing the mayor and village clerk to execute an agreement for services between the village and Backflow Solutions, Inc. To administer the village's backflow prevention program in compliance with the Illinois Department of Public Health and the IEPA requirements. Item D, resolution 2021-110. It's a resolution waiving the competitive bidding process and authorizing the village administrator to purchase certain Cisco PoE switches and related IT components from Sentinel Technologies out of Downers Grove. And then item E, the last item, are the accounts payable registers for September 24th and October 1st, October 8th, and October 15th for 2021. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now if our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Blair.
Aye.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Trustee Abbott.
Aye.
Trustee Kusek.
Aye.
Trustee Page.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. This evening, under the mayor's report, and I don't know if Administrator Stoners will be joining me this evening for any of the items. That's okay, thank you. We still are seeking and asking our neighbors throughout Woodridge, if you would like to recognize your neighbor or an organization who's done just outstanding work throughout Woodridge or beyond, either acts of neighborly care, someone who is going above and beyond, and doing good deeds and being kind. So each year, the Village of Woodridge recognizes our neighbors and organizations that positively impact our community at our community recognition program. Due to the pandemic, the Community Recognition Awards are taking place in a new approach this year. If you would please submit a written story, photos, or video that recognizes a Woodridge neighbor, organization, agency, or business that has demonstrated acts of kindness this year. The content is due this Veterans Day or by Veterans Day, November 11th. The village will create a website recognizing all of our neighbors for helping each other during such a challenging year. And please, if you do know someone and would like to share that, what an incredible way to honor and thank them for going above and beyond in our community and making a huge difference. And then lastly, in my report, as we just talked about earlier with all of the Cub Scouts that were here, relief for our tornado impacted families. This is a Neighbors Helping Neighbors Give event, which will be taking place this Saturday at St. Scholastica at the upper parking lot level. And Neighbors Helping Neighbors is hosting this, and it is actually a Thanksgiving food and gift card give. And there's more, they're doing a lot more. But in addition, with the Northern Illinois Food Bank, as we shared earlier, the West Suburban Community Pantry will be also participating and helping and providing additional food for our families in need. Our last give was at the end of September at the Ark, and we had 91 families that we helped that evening. Unfortunately, the weather was very just bad all the way around. It was a storm was approaching and it started raining and hailing right while we were out there. So we had to cut it a little short, but we're hoping for much better weather this Saturday. So this Saturday, November 6th, anyone impacted by the tornado or who is in need in food that would benefit from coming to the Neighbors Helping Neighbors, we do invite everyone. And also, we do want to give a special thanks again to our scouts that were here, but all of our continued supporters, our donors, and all those that care and are kind in helping our Neighbors Helping Neighbors families. The generosity that continues makes all of the giving possible that we're doing. And especially during the holidays, it's just even more important for all of us to connect and try to help make a difference and let people know that they're thought of and cared about, especially many of them are still out of their homes. So our thoughts and prayers are with them all and their families, as well as our gratitude and thanks to everyone who's helped make a difference to our families in need. It's all heartfelt. So thank you. That is my report this evening. Administrator Stonich, your report, please.
Thank you, Mayor. First item A is Resolution 2021-111. It's a resolution waiving the competitive bidding process and authorizing the village administrator to authorize the purchase of one 2021 Ford F-550 aerial lift bucket truck from Runyon Equipment for the Public Works Department.
Thank you very much. Looking for a motion to approve Resolution 2021-111.
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Krusek. And a second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Abbott. All the, excuse me, any discussion on this item? Okay, hearing none, if our clerk would call the roll.
Trustee Blair.
Aye.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Trustee Abbott.
Aye.
Trustee Krusek.
Aye.
Trustee Page.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Next item B is determination of the 2021 property tax levy in compliance with the Truth in Taxation Act. This item is in relation to the Woodridge Public Library, and I believe our esteemed Library Director Pam Dubé is here to provide a brief presentation along with our Assistant Director of Finance, Darren Clary.
Good evening and welcome, Darren.
Good evening, Mayor and Board of Trustees. This evening, staff is going to present to you the 2021 tax levy determination for the village, and Library Director Pam Dubé will be presenting the library's tax levy for 2021 as well. For the village portion of the tax levy, staff has presented back in September 3 different scenarios for the board's consideration regarding what the tax levy should be in 2021. Scenario 1 was a no increase in levy. Another scenario was CPI increase of 1.4%. And the third option, which the board was in favor of, was capturing actual new growth from 2020 to put on the tax rolls. So we are going to explore that option here tonight. So last year, the levy was $3,301,350, and for 2021 levy at a 0.75% increase to capture new growth, actual new growth from 2020. The new levy request for 2021 is going to be $3,326,000. This is an increase of about $25,000, or again 0.75% from 2020's tax levy. All funds are going to be going to the police pension levy, $3,326,000. The annual funding requirement for the police pension is about $4.65 million. This is a shortage of $1,321,139. Corporate levy, again, I believe for the third year in a row, is going to be 0 for the village. And then on the right, we have a graph of what the revenues projected to be for 2022. And you can see that property tax up at the top comprises 6%. It normally falls in that 6 to 7% range when looking at the village's revenue streams. What does this look like for the average homeowner? So again, with the levy at $3.3 million, EAV growth assumed by staff 4.5%, consistent with prior years, and a tax rate of 0.2376. At every $100,000 of market home value, the taxpayer would pay $79.21. And we laid that out at $200,000, $300,000, and $400,000 to get a better picture of what the village portion of a tax bill would look like to one of our residents.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Do you have a comparison from what they paid for 2019?
Yes, next slide. Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
I always get ahead of you.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Again, this is these are EAVs are estimates. We will get the final EAV in the springtime in March, and we will get the final determinations then. This also does not include any tax exemptions that a homeowner may have. So here are 4 scenarios, and to Trustee Blair's point, you can kind of see a comparison. So these changes of your home's value range from homeowner A at -5% all the way up to homeowner D at 5%. And what this is meant to illustrate is what happens when your home changes value, or what happens when your tax bill stays the same. What does that mean? And you can see the top column again is that how your how your home value changes. So your 2020 home market value at $100,000 across the board in all these scenarios, and how that changes to this year. So you have $100,000, -5% for homeowner A. That means their home value this year is worth $95,000. Their last year's tax bill was $82.43. This year's tax bill is going to be $75.25. It would have gone down $7.18, or about 9%. And in homeowner B and homeowner C is actually probably I'd point you to the most important parts of this chart is homeowner B and C. So a 0% change in your home's value, assuming that is the case, your tax bill will go down 3.9%. Homeowner C, consequently, if your tax bill stayed the same, that would mean a 3.9% increase in your home value. And I view those, they are related to each other. As you can see, a -3.9% in your tax bill in homeowner B, and a positive 3.9% for homeowner C, to go and show you how the tax rate plays into residents' tax bill. And then homeowner D at 5%, that'd be a 74 cents, but about 0.9% increase in their village portion of their tax bill, excuse me. What does this look like over the entire tax bill? The village is comprises of 3 cents to the dollar, or 3%. Library also in that range at 3%. Park district at 6%. Fire district at 10%. Other districts at 5%. And then our grade in high school at 0.73, or sorry, 73%. Getting back to speaking about debt service and the abatements that we need to file each year, should the board choose to abate their debt service for 2022. As you can see, here are principal and interest payments for each one of our outstanding bonds on our books. The top 2 are our 2021 GO bond that was issued at $25 million, or sorry, $20 million, and the 2019 bonds were at $5 million. Those are our debt service payments for the facility. And then we have our 44 acres that we split with the park district. So earlier you would have seen 1.8 million, and you're seeing 2.4 million here. This does not include the payment that the park district does reimburse the village for half of those 2014 and 17 amounts. The Village of Woodridge also has 3 special service areas. 7 Bridges, Richfield Place, and Timber's Edge. 7 Bridges was established in 1989 for stormwater. The levy request is $41,945. And then I should preface to all 3 SSAs, the increase in the EAV is at the allowable up to 5%. projected rate is 0.03. And this would mean that a $600,000 home would get taxed $60. Special service area number 3, Richfield Place, established in 97, also for stormwater improvements in that area. Levy request is $7,467. Projected tax rate of 0.16, which would mean $269 of tax paid for a $500,000 home. And lastly, special service area number 5, Timbers Edge, established in 2014. This pays again for stormwater facilities that benefit this development. Tax levy request of $8,707. The tax rate of 0.03, and this would be a $50 tax to a $500,000 home. The next steps after this evening is a public comment to be held on December 2nd, the first meeting in December, so that and once the ordinance is approved, staff would then be filing those ordinances with the county by the last Tuesday in December. Next up, we're going to have Director from the library, Pam Dubé, speak the 2021 tax levy for the Woodridge Public Library.
Thank you. This is the 2021 Woodridge Library tax levy. The levy is $3,901,278. This is a 1.4% CPI increase of $53,864. I want to point out there is an error on the general fund number. The general fund number is $3,671,278. IMRF is 120 and FICA is 110, totaling the total levy of $3,901,278. Revenues. The library is very dependent on property taxes. 97% of the library's revenue comes from property taxes. The other 3% is miscellaneous interest, fines, copies, things of that nature. And the 2022 total budget expenditures are $4,030,926. Our personnel expenses are 63% of this. Materials, programs, commodities, 14%, professional services, 7%, repair and maintenance, 7%, and 9% other miscellaneous expenditures. And that is the conclusion of the library levy presentation.
I'm going to ask if there's any questions at this point from any board members, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mayor, just a point of clarification. If one's option for the board is, as you see each of these tax levy determinations, you could make a motion to basically approve them by way of an omnibus vote and take them all at once rather than individually.
And again, if I could just add to that so the record's clear, you're not adopting the tax levy tonight. You're making the determination of what the proposed levy is. Then there will be, at the next meeting, a public hearing where citizens can weigh in, and then there'll be a vote taken when the tax levy is formally adopted. Tonight's action really is just simply to make the determination, and so you could vote to accept the proposed determination from staff. And again, that would include matters 10B, C, D, and E and F under the administrator's report.
Just a clarification, that is December 2nd.
Excuse me, December 2nd, not November 18th. Thank you, Mr. Clary.
One final point to the board as you consider this is the proposed tax levy, property tax levy for the village does contemplate new growth within it. Is that accurate? Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make that motion to consider all of the items at once.
Thank you. As an omnibus. Okay, thank you. And a second to that?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Martinez. going to go ahead, just as we normally do, ask if there's any questions or comments at this time before we go ahead, and we're going to just do a poll here and vote just as the general direction from what was discussed earlier, rather than taking all of those items. Again, this is B, C, D, E, and F. Am I correct? Okay. I'm going to ask our clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Martinez,
I'm sorry, Clerk Hannigan, I don't want to interrupt you, but I believe that the motion on the floor is a motion to consider these as an omnibus. Okay, just wanted to make sure we're clear. Go ahead, sorry, Clerk Hannigan, I apologize. You're doing fine.
I read the omnibus. where I was going.
Yes.
Okay. Trustee Martinez,
Aye.
Trustee Blair,
Aye.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Trustee Abbott,
Aye.
Trustee Krusek,
Aye.
Trustee Page.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Now would be a motion to accept the determination of the levy for tax year 2021, excuse me. Yeah, so it's for all these.
Okay,
So
all
you're
these,
considering
right.
all of these together,
Okay,
and all of them deal with 2021 proposed
okay. So-
property tax levy, and you're accepting the
So
determination.
we are, at this point, we're going to ask for a motion to approve accepting all the items as stated for the determination of the
2021 proposed property tax levy.
property tax levy. Motion, please.
So moved.
Thank you,
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Page. Any discussion on that item? Hearing none, I'm going to ask our clerk to call the roll.
Trustee Blair.
Aye.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Trustee Abbott,
Aye.
Trustee Krusek,
Aye.
Trustee Page,
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much, everyone. And I think going through the omnibuses we do normally, we know what we're kind of doing, but I think Attorney Pat for clarifying and the assistance provided. So thank you all. And as there's no other active agenda items or unfinished or new business to come before the board, I do want to thank everyone, and we appreciate you being here with us or at home watching us and staying connected to the Village of Woodridge. We very much appreciate that. Please do take good care. And with no further business to discuss this evening, we do have a need to convene to an executive session immediately following this adjournment. The purpose of the executive session is to review and discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, specific individuals of the public body, or collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees. So I now like to ask for a motion to adjourn the regular board meeting of the village board. Moved. Thank you, Trustee Blair. And a second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Martinez. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
It is 7:39 and we are adjourned from our board meeting. We will convene in our executive session